Okay, I just finished coding the last bit of the exporting of the res binary file option. So if we click here, we can export to a res file. Now this is not the same as a Windows resource file. This is just unique to my program here, but I will show you how you can link it to a DOS exe file. So let me just save it here. But before I do that, if we right click on each of these images, we have the option to select for what compiler and image type. Right now you can only select Turbo Pascal because that's the only one that's supported, but in the future there'll be other compilers here and other formats as well, along with other features as well as palette types in the future. But for now it's just image. And you need to do this for each one that you want to export. So you can still export individually like before. That feature is still there. Um, Again, with each different compilers, some of them have more export features than others. Uh, but the equivalent would be a file. Let's go to Turbo Pascal here. So before it would be a put image file. In this case, it's the res binary file and includes all the images. So let me export, and I will choose, I will call it res images. And I will jump to my DOS box here. And this is a little program I wrote in Turbo Pascal to access that res file. And if we look here, here's the header information. The first 3 bytes are text. It basically spells out res. Next byte is a version byte, and the next integer is, it tells you how many items, how many images are in the res file. And the next set of records in the file are in this format: integer, text of 20 characters, and an offset and a size. All this describes the location and the size of the image that's stored in the res file. And you can use this information to use the Turbo Pascal command block read to read the location. You can do a seek and you can read it, but that's not what I'm going to show you here. Here I'm going to show you how to actually link it to your exe. And so what this involves is first converting the res file into an object file. And so let's just try compiling it here without doing anything. It tells us that it doesn't find the file resimage.obj. So we need to create that, and the way we do that is, let's jump to a command prompt, and let's see if, okay, so if we use the bin object command, this should be in your Turbo Pascal 7 binary directory. If you specify the file name we just created, resimages.res, followed by resimage.obj. Notice it's singular because we're only allowed 8 characters for the file name. And the final is the name we're going to reference it at. So we'll call it resimages. So if we do that, it generates a file. And if we look at our object files here, we can see that it created the res image file, resimage.obj, right now 8:29 p.m. And so if we go back to our Turbo Pascal program and compile, everything should compile now. And what I've done here is I've created a special function that accesses the object file that we just linked and finds the memory location for each image. So all you have to do is specify the pointer to the res object, which we just linked. This is it right here. So if we specify the address of this, we should be able to access the images. So we specified the address of that and the index, starting at 1. So I'm just going to jump below here where we actually do that. So we can do put image, the location, and get res image pointer. And again, we specified the address of res images and the index. So if we run this, we get this shape, and this shape is our first shape here. And let me jump to the fourth shape. So if we change this one to 4, compile, run, we get the fourth shape. Now what we can do is just go back here and let's just change. Let's say we wanted to make a quick change, and instead of green, we wanted this to be, let's say brown. So we paint it to brown and we select export again. And we select the same name. We jump back to the command prompt and we update our object file again. So same parameters. So we have a new object file, go back to our code, recompile our program, and now we're displaying the brown shape. Now, the good thing about all this is that we don't have to worry about any external graphic images. We don't have to worry about allocating memory, and it's all nicely packed into the exe. So that's one of the benefits of using this type of resource file. Now, I've shown you how to do it with the put image format, but you can literally use this process for any file. You can use it for a text file, you can use it for other graphic files, any format you want. You just need to uh, slightly modify what I have here, but basically this gives you an option to incorporate any kind of file into your exe. That way it's all compact and nicely distributed into a single exe file. I will put a link to this code. It'll be on GitHub along with the program editor. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you.